Liberty. And that's what makes this game so fun to watch is it's not the same team playing the same team. People are different. You see a different vibe. I'm excited to get into this last game of the day. Oklahoma and Liberty. Here we go.
First pitch just misses outside. In the circle for Oklahoma is Nicole May. She's facing Devin Howard of Liberty. Count is now 2-0. Nicole May, a junior. Last year, a 1.3 ERA and 15-1 is her record. That pitch is a strike. Count is 2-1 on Howard.
Devin Howard highlighted for her defensive ability, leading off the team, trying to get something going.
Pitch is swung on and missed.
Liberty coached
Howard,
by Dot Richardson at the helm. Her resume herself is incredible. Part of several gold medals in the Olympics representing Team USA. A broadcaster. She was telling us what it means for her team to be here and where they are now. She's a competitor through and through. You just watch Dot Richardson coaching, playing, whatever it is. And her team is the exact same way. They're fun to watch.
Pitch is popped up out of play. I think what you meant to say, Nicole, is the Dot Richardson.
You're right.
An
You're
absolute
right.
legend.
She was so fun to talk to when we got to interview her. I almost wanted to be like, can we do this again? I love talking to her. Literally, she's one of those coaches, one of those women that get it. They have that fire, they have that competitive edge, but they know how to balance. Again, thinking about Mark Campbell and his legacy, being able to balance being an amazing coach, but also being a person, being there for his players. Dot Richardson, she seems like that kind of person where she's amazing. She is the Dot Richardson, but she's also there for her players and they know it. I just think that's top tier right there.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Howard goes down on an off-speed pitch for the first out of the game.
Nicole May, she predominantly throws rights curve, but she throws in that off-speed changeup often. She has an off-speed curve and a changeup. She'll use those interchangeably. And when it's on, it's lethal.
First pitch swinging is KK Madry, the left fielder. Oh, 1. Misses out.
Oklahoma is a powerhouse, but Liberty in their conference, they're a powerhouse in themselves. They're looking to chase their third straight back-to-back conference title this year.
Squares to bunt, misses. She did offer 1-2 count. One thing that Coach Richardson told us was in order to make it into the NCAA tournament, they have to win their conference, and they know that. And that's just a little bit extra pressure. Teams like Oklahoma, if you don't make the NCAA tournament, your season was kind of a wash in your book.
Madry getting it off the glove of Nicole May. Uncharacteristic error. Nicole May, Jordy Ball, they're two of the best defensive pitchers that are in college softball right now. Not able to get that glove across just a little bit. Grace Lyons running up, but not there in time.
Caroline Hudson at the plate. Takes ball 1.
Say Caroline Hudson, also known as Huddy, is a phenomenal bat to have in the Liberty lineup. She makes some things happen for her team. She is lethal whenever she steps in the box. Also a fantastic catcher as well. Don't know if we'll see her behind the plate tonight, but definitely has a solid spot in the lineup right now.
1-1. Ground ball. Lyons bobbles it. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Back-to-back uncharacteristic plays by the Sooners.
Agreed. I don't know if they watered it or if they're just making errors. I don't want to make excuses. But uncharacteristic again, and we know how choppy this field plays. Oklahoma didn't really get a chance to get a lot of balls in play. So just now getting to read how the ball bounces on this field. Runners on first and second, only 1 out.
It really looked like Lyons didn't have her feet set up how she would want to. Throw down to second base, not in time. Nice idea.
Even if you don't get the out, Haley Lee being aggressive behind the plate this game, being able to say, hey, I'm not afraid to throw it. It's going to be on point. You better respect that. Don't get too far off the bag. As a runner, you have to acknowledge that. You can't get too far off or else you will get caught.
Rachel Roop at the plate. Takes a ball low.
So we'll give you a quick little rundown of the field defensively. Behind the plate, we have Haley Lee, Nicole May in the circle, Sydney Sanders playing at first, Tiara Jennings at second, Grace Lyons at shortstop, Alyssa Brito, third base, Riley Boone out in left field, Jada Coleman holding it down in center, and then Alina Torres in right field, and then we'll have Lilio hitting in the DP spot in this lineup.
One, two. Low gets by Lee. Runners advance 60 feet. 2 runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs.
It's about 90 feet. She got about halfway to home before she decided, I may want to turn around and get back to third base. Oklahoma quickly in a dangerous spot. Liberty threatening to score. Runners on second and third. Only 1 out. 2 balls in play, 2 runners on.
Two. Fouled back. The pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning for May.
2 strikeouts, 2 outs.
Still
Not a
2
bad
runners
stat
in
line
scoring
for the
position,
May.
though, for Alexis Soto.
That's true.
Soto, a sophomore from Huntington Beach. The pitch. Grounded foul.
Soto hitting .256 last season with a .365 on-base percentage and a .415 slugging percentage.
Swing and a miss at a high pitch. Count is 1-2.
Soto really wanting to battle and come through. Liberty doing an excellent job punching against this Oklahoma defense, putting a lot of pressure on them early.
Strike 3. Nicole May strikes out the side. There was a hit and an error, but 2 runners are stranded by Liberty. Sabrito is in the cleanup spot. First pitch misses low, ball 1. Pitch misses high. Behind the dish for Keeney is Alexis Soto. In the infield, Devin Howard's at third. Reagan Barrett at short. Savannah Woodward, the second baseman, and at first base is Sierra Kirsten. From left to right, KK Madry, Mary Claire Wilson, and Rachel Roop in right field. The pitch, called strike, high outside corner.
Keeney in 36 appearances, boasting a 2.45 ERA, 171 innings pitched, the majority for the Flames, the Liberty Flames, last year in the season 2022. I love that the Dot Richardson, she's not afraid to put her ace out there first game. Let's see how you guys match up against Oklahoma. Let's see where this takes us. She goes full count against Jada Coleman, first at bat.
Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Coleman goes down swinging. A great job by Keeney to come back. She was behind in that count.
A tough count to come behind from 2-0. Comes back with a big-time strikeout. We mentioned this last game, but Jada Coleman is a spark plug for the Oklahoma offense. If she's going, you bet there's going to be runs following, not far behind. To get her first batter of the game struck out, that's big.
First pitch to Jennings misses low, ball 1. That pitch misses. Beg your pardon, called strike. Count is 1-1.
Potato.
Now that one misses low.
That's the second batter she's gotten behind. Keeney's gotten behind 2-0 on. Great job coming back from Jada Coleman and getting that strikeout, but that's a hard place to work back from.
Ground ball up the middle. She's able to field her position. 2 away.
And she does it. She says, yes, it's hard, but here, let me just get a ground ball instead of coming all the way back.
2 away, nobody on, and the catcher, Haley Lee, steps to the plate. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. And for the third straight batter, she's down 2-0 in the count.
This is the fourth time in program history that the Liberty Flames have opened up against a top 25 team as their season opener. Dot Richardson, their head coach, is not afraid of a challenging schedule. In fact, she craves it. She says the more they are challenged in this preseason, the harder it's going to be for us to lose during conference season. And Jill, as you mentioned before, that's the key for them getting into the NCAA tournament at the end of the year.
First base runner of the day for Oklahoma. Lee standing on first, and Alyssa Brito at the plate. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Brito did not have a hit in the first game today. Pitch misses low, ball 2. Make it 4 batters in a row that she starts off 2-0.
As the Oklahoma dugout is chanting 6 balls in a row after having a quick 1-2 outs. See Keeney falling behind, feeling a little bit of pressure.
Deep fly ball, center field. Does she make the catch? Wow, what a play by the center field. Nicole May back in the circle. First pitch misses high. Nicole May struck out the side in the first inning. She's now facing Savannah Woodard, the second baseman. Pitch misses outside. Nicole, when we were speaking to Coach Richardson, she was talking about how it's a little bit difficult for Liberty to travel to the West Coast and play their first game at 7 o'clock, which feels like 10 o'clock to them.
Absolutely, and this is just the first of a 10-day series, if you will. They're going to be playing back to back to back, so they're going to be facing 4 top 25 teams with Oklahoma, Washington, Stanford. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, 4 balls in a row. Keeney doing the same thing the inning prior, May after striking out the side. 4 balls in a row. But Liberty facing 4 top 25 teams. And then they play UCLA after the tournament is over, the Mark Campbell Invitational, which is Dot Richardson's college that she played at. And then they go down to Mexico and Puerto Vallarta. And they play Tennessee on top of a couple of other really good teams, including Ole Miss. That's a tough schedule to have. A lot of traveling, a lot of time change. Got to be set up for success.
Pitch to Kirstein. Brito picks it up easily. 1 away. Woodard advances to second. Runner in scoring position, and Mary Claire Wilson steps to the plate. An opportunity here for Liberty to score first.
An opportunity Oklahoma had, and Mary Claire Wilson said, "Not today," robbing a home run. The bottom of the first.
She takes ball 1 outside.
I believe it would have been a 2-run home run, and Oklahoma would have been up 2-0. But instead, you have Liberty with 1 out, runner in scoring position. The same girl who stopped the runs from being scored has a potential to make these runs be scored. The game's funny
1-1
like that,
count.
isn't it?
Softball tends to be a little poetic, just like that.
Sometimes she's a little too poetic.
Pitch misses high. May delivers. Fouled off.
Well, May last year battled a knee injury on and off. Coming into this year, seasoned, mature. Every year that she has been in the Sooners uniform, the Oklahoma Sooners have gone to the World Series. She's had to endure a lot, had a lot of practice, a lot of experience starting this season as a veteran. She really helped anchor the pitching staff last year with her knowledge, with her guidance, with her focus and direction. Taught Jordy Ball a lot. They all learn from each other. They're a staff. They really do work together. They grow together. And you add in Alex Taraco, who we haven't seen yet. Not a pretty nasty pitching staff.
Swing and a miss, strike 3 on that nasty pitch. Like you just said, Mary Claire Wilson goes down for the second out of the inning. Woodard still the runner on second, as you can see there. And the number 9 batter, Reagan Barrett, steps to the plate. Barrett, the shortstop. Working with a 1-0 count. Misses low, ball 2.
And if you're a softball fan and you haven't heard of the Liberty Flames, they are located out in Virginia, far on the East Coast, but their stadium is second to none.
Picked at third by Brito, but they're going to say it's a foul ball.
I had the opportunity to play coach and her team, Liberty, whenever I was in college, and they just have such a scrappy mentality, but also you're not going to outwork me, you're not going to beat me, you're not going to want this more than I do, which is very, very similar to how Patty Gasso coaches her teams. And it's just a fun team to play against. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for. There's a fun team to play against.
And there seems to be a miscommunication. Coach Richardson thinks that it should have been a hit by pitch or a foul ball, but I believe they're going to say that is an out.
I think the umpires are conferencing together, but to me it looked like it was off of the knob of the bat. I didn't see her grab her arm immediately. I think that's what coach was arguing, Richardson, saying, oh no, that hit her on her forearm. But we're about to hear what they have to say.
And it looks like it will be the third out of the inning, so still scoreless going into the bottom of the second. Let's look at this replay.
Yeah, I would say that's too close to the hand. If you get hit anywhere on your hands immediately, you're cradling it, you're holding it. There's
facing Sydney Sanders, the first baseman today. So 1-0 count, the pitch. Called strike. Sanders in the first game the Oklahoma played today went 1 for 6. There's a strike. 1-2 count. Keeney getting ahead in the count for the first time today. In the first inning, she was behind 2-0 to every batter that she faced as that pitch misses low. A nice adjustment by the pitcher. Fly ball into right field, a sliding catch by Roop, 1 down. Taking a look at the replay, just held up long enough for Roop to make that catch. Now Grace Lyons at the plate. Pitch just misses out. Lions went 2 for 3 in game 1 for Oklahoma. There's a strike at the knees. Missing just a little low. Grace Lyons, a 5th-year senior because of that extra COVID year. Called strike at the knees, and Coach Gasso said that she was unanimously voted as the team captain this year, but of course they have a number of young athletes who step up to the plate as leaders. Ground ball to the second baseman. Woodard picks it up, throws to first. 2 away.
Lyons was unanimously voted captain, but among the others who have stepped up and become leaders, Tiara Jennings becoming more vocal as she steps into that upperclassman role. You have Riley Boone really commanding the outfield. Jada Coleman, again, those two out there together, those two working back to back on the base path. They're a challenge to get out. They're leaders or spark plugs that you want to see. Kenzie Hansen, whenever she's behind the plate, you feel her presence. There's a lot of talent that knows how to lead in different ways on the Oklahoma team, and I think that's so important.
Speaking of Riley Boone, she's at the plate now. 1-1 count. That's one of my favorite questions to ask coaches in our pregame interviews, are how they decide captains, whether a team votes on it, if they're appointed, if they even pick them in general, or if it's just people naturally start to lead. But even if there is a one voted captain, there's usually quite a few others who step up in this leadership role, which sounds like is what's happening for Oklahoma this year.
Absolutely. It's knowing and managing the people that you have around you. Oklahoma does a great job just making sure that everyone's held accountable. Ball fouled off. But the main focus is making sure everybody on that team is accountable and that everybody on that team is pushing themselves to be better. And one person can't do that all by themselves. And I think that's the way a lot of successful teams are. You know who you can talk to, you know how to talk to different people. That was another thing that Doc Richardson said. She was curious to see how this Liberty team was going to pan out. She has 5 transfers. Emily Estroff from Florida Gulf Coast, Savannah Woodard from Alabama, Reagan Barrett from Washington. Couple of freshmen in. She wasn't sure how the team was going to connect. She wasn't really sure how they were going to come together as a group, and she said they are so close. And to have that kind of synergy as a team this early on is huge.
Pitch to Boone, it just misses. She draws a 2-out walk. And you can see Keeney asking, where was that? She thought it was a good pitch. It looks good from here, but, you know, you don't always get the ones that you want.
Especially for a 3-2, that one is, that's a close one to take. Riley Boone drew her second walk of the year so far.
Pitch to Torres, misses low. Runner on first, 2 down, 1-0 count.
After Torres, we'll see Lilio up at the plate for the first time. She was out on defense, but hadn't come around yet to swing the bat last game.
Torres went 0 for 2 in Oklahoma's first game. Popped out to third and also grounded out to third on a bunt. Strike 2 on the low outside corner.
Keeney doing a good job shutting down this Oklahoma offense early. Riley Boone getting on base, but still 2 outs.
Count is even 2-2. Hard ground ball up the middle. They try to flip to second. And I think they just called an obstruction somewhere. Saw the first
I believe so.
Base umpire's arm go out, but I think they just said that the runner at second was out. We'll see how this inning ends, or if it does end right now. I thought I saw the second base umpire call the runner out at second. But then I did see an obstruction call by the first base umpire, so it depends on what happened at second first.
Lots of confusion there. The only thing I could think of would be on the transition, second base to first base. Looks like the way this conversation's going,
her out at second. I don't know if it was obstruction or if the ball just beat her at second. What did you see?
I think from the first base umpire's perspective, it might have looked like an obstruction. Riley Boone was straight stealing the whole way there. So it was a really quick bang bang play. And first base umpire may have thought, oh, Riley Boone got there first. She couldn't slide in because the second baseman was there. But ultimately, the second base umpire has the better view. He has the better call, and that's what they went with. That's the only thing that I really saw that could have been called obstruction because it was so close.
Right, there was nothing at first base that would have been obstruction.
No.
But again, I do remember seeing the second base umpire saying out, it was a close play there, so. But that was like you said, he has the better angle, so it'll be his call that stands, if you will. Well, it's the top of the order. Devin Howard at the plate. She struck out against May to begin off this game. The pitch. ground ball, third base side, into left field. Leadoff single for Howard.
Into that 5-6 hole. Howard is the one to get things going on defense. Now she's the one to get things going on offense. You can see her celebrating with her team as she's able to look over from first base right into her dugout.
KK Madry at the plate. She reached in her first at bat. Hard ground ball up the middle that hit off of May's glove. And at first we thought it was an error, but it was officially ruled a hit. Those things tend to change after the game once coaches kind of come together, but as of now it's ruled as a hit. Pitch misses. Pitch just misses low.
Nicole May struggling to find the strike zone this at bat. Doing a little dance right around the edges of it.
The pitch misses high, ball 4. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Liberty. Brings up Caroline Hudson. The last half inning we spoke about the leaders on the team for Oklahoma and how they do vote for one captain, but there's other leaders. For Liberty, they don't select captains, but the leaders that Coach Richardson have seen, one of them is Caroline Hudson, who's up the plate now. Caroline Hudson, Carly Keeney, Rachel Roop, and Devin Howard are the 4 leaders that have really stepped up this year, she said.
Really see that with the catcher role. You have to navigate everybody. You're the only one that can see literally everybody else on the field. You're telling everybody where to go, where to throw. Sounds like Huddy has done not just a great job navigating that at the catcher's position, but also off field as well.
Pitch just misses.
One thing that Coach Richardson talked about in this offseason with their hitters and her pitchers. Ooh.
They're saying she did go around on that pitch, strike 3, first out of the inning.
Big time strikeout for Nicole May, number 5, through 3 innings.
One away, runners on first and second still, and Roop at the plate. Slow ground ball, bobbled by Lyons. Second error of the day for the senior shortstop.
Again, very uncharacteristic of her to make 2 errors in a season. She makes 2 in one night. Just looked like she tried to get it out too soon, wasn't quite ready, didn't quite have it in her hands.
Bases are loaded with 1 out and Patty Gasso coming into the circle. What is she saying here, Nicole?
Right now she's just saying, what are we doing? Nicole May, she's fighting up there. She's doing a great game. Let's get our job done defensively. Let's get out of our heads right now. We look like we're playing a little scared. Let's shake out of it. Let's show them who we are. Let's play our game. Don't worry about this or that, but make sure we know where we're going. Don't try to rush, but take care of business. Knowing bases loaded, they're going to go for the force out at home. But a big difference from this game to last game is Liberty has put the ball on the ground, and it's been hard. We've talked about it all day long, but this field is bouncy. Stanford was the only team that we had seen before this Liberty team that's taken that to their advantage and used the ground, have those odd chops, make the ball bounce, make defenders have to field their position. Oklahoma didn't really have to do that last game, and all of a sudden this game, the ball's in play. You're seeing a lot more players. Oh.
And a much needed inning-ending double play. That's the spark that Oklahoma needed, keeping it a scoreless game as we are now heading into the bottom of the third inning.
A little bit of both.
Well, a fantastic inning-ending double play. In the top of the third, Lyons, who had an error, took it herself to end the inning, fielded it, touched second, and threw to first base. And that just shows her leadership, her seniority. She says, all right, I've made 2 errors today. Doesn't mean I can't be fantastic right now. Hard ground ball underneath the glove of Barrett. Lilio in her first at bat reaches.
Looks like that position is hard to field for both teams. This bouncy field is really getting these defenses, but knowing that it's going to bounce, working on it, eyes on the ball, moving through it, making sure you're bodying things up.
Top of the order at the plate, Coleman takes ball 1. Coleman struck out in her first at bat. Called strike. By the way, that ground ball was ruled as a single for Lilio, so that is the first hit of the day for Oklahoma, coming in the third inning.
You know, going from last year where they're run ruling teams all the time, first game against Duke. Oh, line drive up the middle. Left center by Jada Coleman. I was just about to say these Oklahoma bats have taken a long time to get hot, but Jada Coleman corrected me before I could even say it out loud.
Nobody out, runners on first and second, back-to-back singles, and now the second baseman, Tiari Jennings, steps to the plate.
Jennings, another fantastic hitter. She was one of the final nominees for Player of the Year in the 2022 season. She has been quiet at the plate these past 2 games as well.
First pitch to her, tries to check her swing on an inside pitch, but it's a called strike. I don't believe it's a swinging strike. And Jennings seems to be a little frustrated with that call, which is understandable. The pitch misses low.
First and second, no outs. Oklahoma threatening to score here.
Not a bad pitch from Keeney, but misses just low. Another pitch misses low.
Keeney getting back behind in the count. 3 balls. Back to back to back.
Hitters count. Strike on the outside corner, full count. Runner in scoring
Lilio
position.
knowing that if the balls hit up the middle or gets through the infield, she's looking to take not 1 but 2 extra bases.
Pitch is fouled off. Count remains full. And Lilio is the first runner to be in scoring position for the Sooners today. The pitch. Tapper in front of the plate, but the home plate umpire calls it foul.
Well, it looked like it bounced up and hit Jennings in the face a little bit. But a good battle by her, staying alive, working to find a ball that she can drive, one that she wants to swing at hard.
The pitch. Ground ball, third base side. Fair ball. Lilio being waved around. She scores. Oh, they're saying it's foul now, I think.
Took a while to call that. From the angle that we have, it's hard to say, but to me it looks like it bounced over third base and it landed in fair territory. It was right on the line.
Wow.
Oh, just fair. Just foul. That was the right call by the home plate umpire.
That was a great call.
But again, what a battle by Jennings.
I was just reading Patty Gasso waving Lilio. Well, runners first and second. Still a full count. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat, I believe. Fouled off. Make it 10 pitches.
You know what? Let's just have a nice round number. 2 digits. Big time battle here.
Fly ball, right side. Drops. Lilio has to stay at third base because she was tagging in case they made that catch. Bases loaded, nobody out.
There's a little bit of miscommunication there between Woodard and Roop. That ball's up long enough, but not on the catch, but on the transfer. Both girls went for the ball. It just kind of seemed like there was some bobbling going on. Wasn't really sure. Dot coming out, talking to her defense, asking, where are we going on? How can we reboot? Who's coming up in the batter's order? Just making a game plan defensively. What can we do to keep this Oklahoma offense from scoring?
The
To be honest, Liberty got a little lucky.
Loaded. Right, the Sooners have the bases loaded and nobody out. Haley Lee coming to the plate, and the Flames have their, and particularly Carly Keeney, has their work cut out for them. The runner on third is Lilio. On second, Coleman. First is Jennings, and at the plate, Haley Lee. You can see the infield is in even with the base paths. First pitch is fouled off.
Scary place to be infield in off of Haley Lee. I don't know. I don't know if I were a corner how tight in I would get. This is a hitter who hits the ball and she hits it hard.
0-1. Misses in and low. Lee walked on 4 pitches in her first at bat. Low in the dirt, stopped by Soto, although she tried to pick it.
Soto's face mask doing the work for her on that ball.
Ground ball up the middle. The throw home is in time. Throw to first is not, but 1 away.
Big timeout again for Liberty. I mentioned it before. They got lucky that Lilio didn't try and score on that flare by Tiara Jennings. She had to hold up a little bit just to see where it was going. Now Haley Lee, big power hitter, hits it right back to the pitcher. Easy out at home.
Still bases loaded, still an opportunity for Oklahoma to score first in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Alyssa Brito, the cleanup batter, at the plate. And remember, she did take Keeney deep, but it was Mary Claire Wilson who robbed her of a 2-run blast. Wilson, the center fielder, is the reason it's still scoreless right now.
Keeney doing everything she can to keep her defense in it, keep her offense in it, trying to keep these Sooners off of the scoreboard. Working with 1 out, bases loaded.
Pitch misses low, 1-1 count.
From Brito in this situation, not trying to overswing. I know I had a lot of success last at bat, but seeing the ball, making solid contact is all I'm focusing on. Hitting the ball as hard as I can.
Ground ball foul, 1-2 count.
Because right now, the way this field is playing, a hard ground ball is almost just as dangerous as a ball up the middle. Is the hops that these balls are taking. It's been hard for both defenses to keep them knocked down.
And really all of the defenses we've seen so far today, too. One-two to Brito. Misses low and out. Two-two. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Brito goes down for the 2nd out of the inning.
Keeney getting her 2nd strikeout. Big time, big situation. Being able to be in that situation. Look at her face. Deep breath, and she's on to the next pitch. I love that competitive edge from her. Bases loaded against Oklahoma. Big time out. Now you have bases loaded, 2 outs.
First pitch swinging, Sydney Sanders, 0-1 count now. Bases
Another
loaded, 2 down.
Another big swing and miss.
Misses out.
Keeney's go-to is her screw and curve. She can also throw change and drop as her secondary pitches, but most of the time you'll see her working east and west, tossing in that off speed, trying to get the hitters off balance.
Pitch is a called strike. 1-2 count. Keeney, one strike away from getting out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation. Ground ball, but foul. Looking at the previous game that Oklahoma just played, only one player had an extra base hit, and it was Jordy Ball. And this is an Oklahoma Sooner team who is accustomed to hitting home runs, extra base hits. Now, don't get me wrong, singles can win ball games. We saw that happen in the previous game, but it's unlike Oklahoma. The 1-2 misses. Keeney delivers, fouled back.
We're feeling how Tiari Jennings felt on that foul ball right there on the edge of my seat, jumping up and down a little bit. Sid Sanders battling, but you gotta respect Keeney. Bases loaded, no outs, coming back, one strike away. Oh,
Just misses.
what a pretty pitch. Honestly, it could have gone one way or the other. Full count now.
Runners will be off on the pitch. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Keeney gets out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation. We are still scoreless. And
intimidated by Oklahoma at all. They came ready to play, and that's what they've been showing. Pretty sure in that circle, that's what head coach Patty Gasso has been telling this team. They're ready to play, and you aren't.
First pitch swinging, Savannah Woodard. It's caught by the shortstop, Grace Lyons.
You know, one thing about Oklahoma, they don't look at a lot of stats, but one of the stats they do like to focus on is how many runners are left on base. And right now, they've had 3 runners left on base with 0 outs and not one single run scored. That, in JT Gasso and Patty Gasso's eyes, is unacceptable.
Popped up behind home plate, and the catcher, Haley Lee, unable to maintain the ball. An opportunity for Sierra Christine to get back up to the plate. Oh, 1. Grounded foul behind the plate.
Nicole May working hard for her team. That was a big time opportunity. And Oklahoma failed to come through with bases loaded, 0 outs. Nicole May said, "This is why we're a team. This is why we get to do defense and offense. Give me the ball. I'm going to try to get us back into that dugout."
0-2. Off-speed pitch in there for strike 3. What a pitch by May.
It's uncharacteristic to see the Oklahoma offense be so dead. But what I do love to see is the Oklahoma defense, specifically the pitcher, take the team on our back and say, right here's where we go. I'm going to get us some momentum. I'm going to get us back out there.
Mary Claire Wilson fouls off the first pitch. Oklahoma is such a well-rounded team. Sometimes you tend to forget that when they're hitting home runs every other day. But Liberty also a very well-rounded team. They're going to bring more speed than power, though, as that pitch is fouled off.
Dot Richardson was saying that for the first time, she's been able to have depth to her lineup, depth to her dugout. And she can go to girls who are sitting on the bench and say, hey, I need you to step up. And they have the potential to step up and be big-time players for her. And she said it's nice to be able to have that. And she feels like this is one of the best teams that she's ever coached, one of the most tight-knit, and you're seeing it by the way they're playing.
0-2. Swung on and missed strike three. 1-2-3 inning of work for Ben, the normal Oklahoma team.
Forget the normal Oklahoma team. It hasn't been good. They haven't been able to make adjustments, and I don't want to take anything away from Keeney. She has been pitching a phenomenal game. Only 3 strikeouts, but man, she has been getting this Oklahoma team to have mishit after mishit after mishit. And the opportunities that Oklahoma does have, they haven't capitalized on them. They've left too many runners on base. But she has done a phenomenal job. But Oklahoma, with the veterans that they have, the depth that they have, and the experience that they have, you would expect them to make faster adjustments. And I think that's one thing that Gasso challenged that offense to. And Nicole May, she really swung that momentum back into Oklahoma's dugout. 3 strikeouts in a row, just absolutely on fire, getting the team fired up again. You can hear Coach Gasso at the beginning of the inning talking to her dugout. She's like, let me hear you. Let me hear you get up. Let me feel this energy.
Ground ball stopped by the third baseman. The throw to first in time.
Whoa!
Devin Howard bobbles it, picks it up, still makes a play. Patty Gasso is going to come and argue this. It was close, and I thought she was safe, but still a great job by
she was
Howard.
safe too. Bobbles it, full circle throw. It's hard to tell without a slow motion, but I don't know. I can't say for sure one way or another on that one.
Here's the thing. I thought she was safe. I'm going to stick with my thought there, but Howard handled a very hard hit ball and made a nice throw to first base. Don't want to take that away.
Absolutely not. Howard,
but I think she was safe.
She's known for being their defensive rock right there. Hit it to anybody else, and I think Grace Lyons is safe by a lot. But safe or not, they call her out. Riley Boone up to the plate. Riley Boone is one of those sneaky, consistent hitters. She's not going to overwhelm you with a ton of power, but she's got those gap shots. She's got that speed. She's sneaky, and she gets on base a lot.
Swings and misses at the first pitch. Fly ball, left field, lands in the gap. Boone going for second, and she'll stay there. First extra base hit of the day, or rather for this game, for Oklahoma.
Riley Boone fired up. Look at the way that she takes this pitch up and away, doesn't try to do too much. That left center gap has been a hot spot for all the teams, all the rallies that have gotten started, I believe, have started with a hit to the left center gap. Oklahoma getting a little bit more momentum. Keeney doing what she can, but Riley Boone, great hands on that, keeping her hands high. Again, not trying to do too much. That sneaky power.
First pitch misses low to Torres. Runner in scoring position for Oklahoma. Scoreless in the bottom of the fourth.
Torres herself has some pop in the battle series that Oklahoma played the team scrimmages against each other in the fall. She had a couple of home runs, big time hits, came through clutch for her team in several different games. There's a time to be clutch, and if there's a time to have a hit, it's now.
Ground ball up the middle, snagged, and they have Boone caught in the middle. Few too many throws here. We'll see what happens, and they get her out of the base path. Heads up base running by Torres to be standing on second, though.
Riley Boone getting a little too eager with that leadoff. Trying to look forward to get to third base. You can just tell she got caught and she knew. Just trying to stay in it, get her runner to second. I think if she had dived, honestly, on that last little bit, if she had dived, she might have been safe, but ball caught. In the fall, over the summer, talking to her team, this is what we want. This is a challenge. This is who we are. And if these first 4 games, I'm calling it. I know it's a little early, but I'm calling it. These first 4 games are any indication of how this year is going to go. It's going to be a pitcher's year. Hitters step aside. Get ready for low-scoring games and a lot of pitcher's duels. I can't say I'm not too mad about it.
Feels like the momentum switches maybe every 4 to 5 years on which way the momentum will be, whether it's pitchers or home runs. And right now it's pitcher's duels, like you said, Nicole. Here's the pitch to Reagan Barrett. Gets it down the first base side, a bunt. May flips it in time. Nice job by Nicole May to defend her position.
Sid Sanders staying back on that. Nicole May is such a good fielding pitcher. Her, Jordy Ball, they're able to field their position really, really well. Think of how hard that bunt came off. You saw Nicole May have to almost run alongside that ball, get it, keep angle, and she made it look easy.
Top of the order, Devin Howard. Pitch misses low, ball 1. Nicole May has been fantastic, only given up 2 hits so far today. Pitch misses high.
Nicole May has been absolute money for her team, really coming through clutch when she's needed. Struggling to bring that energy back into the Oklahoma offense.
Pitch misses high. Howard, one of those many Liberty players who have a lot of speed. She can get down to first base in less than 3 seconds. The pitch is a strike.
Howard didn't look like she agreed, but she's got a couple of pitches to spare.
Still a hitter's count for the leadoff batter. And now a full count.
Neither team has been able to get that final push, that final run across. We're nearing those innings where it's crucial. It's those championship innings where games are won and lost. Both teams have had several players on base, but neither team has been able to score.
Both teams have had a bases loaded situation at least once today. Still a full count. Low and inside, ball 4. Third free pass given up by Nicole May.
That ball got away from her, a little wild one there. 1 out, runner on 1.
And KK Madry at the plate, who has singled and walked today. Time is called as Oklahoma gets on the same page as the coaching staff for what pitch is going to be called.
Haley Lee just needed a little extra confirmation.
First pitch strike, high outside corner.
And I know these fans at this game right now must be enjoying this battle back and forth and back and forth. And when you think one team's going to score, the defense comes through, the pitcher comes through, and vice versa.
A great night game in Irvine, California. Lined into right center field. Howard going for third. The throw goes to second. Runners on the corners.
Jada Coleman making the right call on that. That ball is flared in no man's land. Thought about going to third, realized she didn't have enough time. If she had thrown all the way to third, it would have been runners on second and third. 2 runners in scoring position instead of 1. Especially with KK speed, we want to keep her off a second.
We'll see what the Oklahoma defense and Nicole May is able to do here. We've seen her pull off some magic already today. See if they can do it again. It is 1 out. Runners on first and third. First pitch swinging. Ground ball up the middle. Can they turn 2? They do it! Remains scoreless. A double play.
They don't play each other normally, but preseason, all bets are off. You can play whoever. You might play somebody in your conference. You might play somebody that you've never played before. And this matchup back and forth. Bases loaded for Oklahoma. Bases loaded for Liberty. Oklahoma threatening to score. Liberty gets out of a jam. Liberty threatening to score. Oklahoma gets a double play. This game has been madness.
And I'm sure the madness is not over yet. Bottom of the 5th inning, scoreless. And the top of the order for Oklahoma at the plate, Jada Coleman, who is 1 for 2 today. Just misses.
You can hear the Oklahoma dugout fired up after that double play. But will it be enough to get them across the board? We talked about it before. Jada Coleman is the spark plug for the Oklahoma offense. She gets on, things happen, and she is fired up by that walk right now. McKinney's done it before. She can do it again.
Exactly. Leadoff batter on, and now Jennings at the plate. She also has a hit today. There's a strike at the knees.
Good to see Keeney coming back, getting ahead early in the count after a 4-pitch walk.
Fly ball right side. Roop in right field makes the catch. 1 down. Coleman stays at first. The catcher, Haley Lee, steps to the plate. She has walked today, but also has hit a ground ball to the pitcher.
Last time she was up, it was bases loaded. Runners in scoring position. But with the speed of Coleman at first, I think it's safe to say you hit it in the gap and she might be in scoring position.
We've seen that a few times already today. The speed that's going on in college softball is really taken off. A lot of scoring from first. The pitch, soft line drive. Catches it, throws to first base. Don't know if that was the right move to throw to first, but no harm, no foul.
The hard hit. 2 outs, Alyssa Brito almost scored the first run for Oklahoma. But Wilson robbed her of a home run, kept it scoreless, struck out. Her next at bat, let's see what she does here.
Hard ground ball, foul, third base side.
I will say this inning, it does feel a little bit more aggressive with Oklahoma's swings. Not a lot has happened, but their swings feel more aggressive. They feel more on point. This is also their 3rd time through the lineup. Keeney has done a fantastic job, but this Oklahoma offense, whenever you see a pitcher over and over again, you're going to make adjustments. Same as Liberty. You saw a couple of hard hits off of Nicole May. That's their 3rd time through the lineup as well. It's getting to that point in the game where these pitchers, they got to start getting creative, putting in different combinations, keeping these hitters off balance.
Pitch misses low. I think that's really just what's been happening today is Keeney is making the adjustments and Oklahoma has not yet.
Yeah.
Hard ground ball, foul.
I have been on the edge of my seat so many times this game already. This has been such a great game. I know we started off the inning talking about the feeling of a postseason game, but truly this is 2 teams meeting together, battling back and forth, backward continues to grow because you get to watch these games and you get to see these 2 teams compete, and it's fun, and you don't know who to root for because both teams are doing so great, and you get excited for one team, then you get excited for the other. And that's what makes this game so amazing and so fun to watch.
I think it was Coach Gasso who said that softball is the 3rd most viewed collegiate sport behind football and men's basketball. And this is why that statistic is here. The pitch, fouled off.
Great battle here by Brito. Then at 2-2.
The pitch. Just misses, little out.
Ooh. 3-2, that's a hard pitch to take. Brito takes it and it pays off.
And Nicole, you mentioned earlier that Coleman has the speed to score from first, especially now with a full count and 2 outs as she is off on this pitch. Grounded foul. Payoff pitch. Fouled off. Do it again.
How many pitches has that bat had?
I want to say
At least 7.
9. Oh, we're off.
Yeah. No, I knew it was more, but I know it was at least 7.
Yes.
What a battle, both pitcher and hitter.
Ground ball, third base side, backhanded, the throw to first, picked. What a play!
Can we leave behind the plate? Join
for
the
Liberty
music
is
a little
Rachel
bit.
Roop. Well, Nicole May is back on the mound, or rather in the circle, as the pitch misses out. Those 2 errors that you see in the column for Oklahoma, so uncharacteristic. They're frankly quite lucky that Liberty has not capitalized on them yet.
Absolutely. Big time play by Grace Lyons to get that double play. Right after that error, that honestly really saved Oklahoma a run.
Pitch is swung on and missed. Roop today has struck out and hit a ground ball to short. Time to get the speedy Roop.
Roop getting down that line pretty quick. That was a close play. Grace Lyons has a cannon for an arm. Had to put it to good use.
Alexis Soto, the catcher, looking for her first hit of the day and the season.
Tell you one thing, what I would give to be in the minds of these pitchers right now, the battle, the grit that they've been showing. It's a me versus her attitude.
Fly ball, center field, but caught by Coleman.
Jada Coleman laughing a little bit. Sure, there was a moment.
She's saying she almost dropped it.
Yeah. There was a moment where she was like, I'm not sure if the ball's in my glove or not. You saw her moving her glove around.
Savannah Woodard takes ball 1 out, 2 away, nobody on, as Nicole May continues to be spectacular in the circle today. Woodard has walked and popped out to short. Strike makes it 3-1 now.
Patty Gasso and Dot Richardson both known for having really hard practices, really challenging their players day in and day out. Ball outside, 3-1 count for Nicole May, falling farther behind. But both coaches, they are known for having hard, challenging practices. So whenever they get into a game, it's supposed to feel easy. And this is what you're seeing, the culmination of two teams having hard practices. And now they get to play against two teams that are used to it.
And both head coaches know each other really well. They talk quite often. I know you said that Coach Gasso would talk about Coach Richardson back when you played for Oklahoma.
Absolutely. They are big fans of one another. I think it's because they're so similar. Their mindset is so alike. Thought Richardson actually got out of the game for a little bit. Casually became a surgeon. Decided, let's get back into this softball thing, and accepted a job at Liberty, and the rest is history.
Payoff pitch. High fly ball. Boone is underneath it. 1-2-3 inning of work. Bottom half of the sixth coming up. You're watching Flow Softball. She has been able to make adjustments when the Oklahoma batters have not been able to yet. First pitch to Sydney Sanders, misses low.
Oklahoma still on their third time through the lineup. Number 5, Sanders. Number 6, Lyons. And number 7, Boone. Boone, last time up at bat, had a stand-up double off the wall. Let's see what this second half of the Sooners lineup can do.
Pitch is fouled off. Fly ball, right field. Roop makes the catch for the first out.
It's going to come down to these last two innings, innings 6 and 7. These are known as championship innings. These are where championships are won and championships are lost. First team to score, they're going to get a lot of momentum.
First pitch swinging, lined into center field. It's Grace Lyons with the 1-out single.
Lyons lined. It's a little tongue twister. Great placement there. It's right over the infield. Riley Boone up to the plate. She can do so many things. Patty Gasso wants to pull out the card. She can. Grace Lyons has speed. It's a good place to be in this lineup.
Of course, as you've mentioned today, Riley Boone can do it all at the plate. She's not going to hit a lot of home runs, but she can hit away, she can slap, she can lay a bunt down. She can look like she's going to slap and then go ahead and hit away. All of it.
I think sometimes in softball we love the flashy, we love the home runs, and don't get me wrong, I do too. Those are so fun, but whenever you have just hitters, sometimes all you need is a bunt to get a rally going, and Riley Boone is one of those players that can make it happen.
Right now, Keeney not finding the strike zone.
Riley Boone up to plate right now, but Aaliyah Torres on deck. Torres has been struggling to make contact with the ball. Keeney just nibbling around on that outer half of the plate. Finally found a strike, 3-1, still a hitter's count.
Pitch misses low, ball 4. Walk given up by Keeney. Runners on first and second, 1 down. Scoreless in the 6th.
Keeney is no stranger to this presser situation right here. She's been in it several times. Looks like time has been called. Might be the pinch hitter. Might be catcher just talking to her pitcher, getting a smile out of her.
Runner on second, Lyons has speed, so does Boone on first. And Torres at the plate has some power. Although, as I say that, there's a pinch runner. Looks like Hodge again.
Avery Hodge, the freshman from Richmond, Texas. Speedy overall on the bases. Oklahoma not playing around when it comes to getting this run. You see Coach Richardson calling time, getting her defense ready because she knows not only is there speed and scoring position, there's power opportunity here, but knowing Coach Gasso, she could be here thinking, hey, let's pull out the card. Let's get a little something down. She wants him to be prepared. She wants him to be ready.
Now, here's the thing. The Oklahoma has not played to their best ability, and I don't think the Liberty offense has played to their best ability, but this is what Patty Gasso wants to have happen in the preseason, before conference play, before the playoffs. She wants her team to face adversity because they did not face a lot of it last year until the playoffs. It's important for these young athletes to experience this type of pressure. For both sides on top of that, not just Oklahoma.
I find the teams that aren't battle tested, that don't know what it's like to have to fight and claw and scrape out a win, typically in the postseason, there's good teams get hot. Those are the teams that struggle.
First pitch, a called strike right at the knees. Keeney coming back after walking Boone, showing she knows exactly how and where to place the ball for a strike. Popped up diving play, but it's in foul territory and unable to make that catch. Roop there trying to show that she's willing to do anything for that win.
Now, if I'm Roop in that situation, I don't necessarily know that I would be diving for that ball. You dive, you're diving into the fence, you're diving away from third base. You have Avery Hodge at second already tagging. That's an easy 60 feet. Who knows, maybe even an extra base towards home. You want to be smart.
Pitch misses low in the dirt. I agree with you, Nicole. I think in tough situations like this, you shouldn't be leaving your feet for a play in foul territory, especially in right field when a runner could be going to third. Pitch misses low, hits off the glove, runners advance. 2 runners in scoring position now for Oklahoma.
Soto getting after that ball, tipped off her glove, but Avery Hodge, as soon as she saw it tip off her glove, she immediately kept moving. Riley Boone, you can see her talking to her teammate Torres, saying, hey, relax, slow it down, play your game.
Lined into right, but foul. Swung on and missed strike 3. Torres goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. A huge strikeout for Keeney.
Just her 4th of this game, but big time play. Big time play right there. Keeney has been battling to keep her team in this game. And that strikeout. Big time battle.
Pitch misses in to Lilio.
Lilio got on base with a hard hit last time she was up. Same hit now will score 1, maybe 2.
Ground ball, foul. Hodge, the runner on third. On second is Boone. Lilio does have a hit today.
You tell Keeney wanted that pitch, thought she had that pitch, didn't get the call, but she's done such a great job all night long. Whenever she doesn't get what she wants, she battles back, fights back. Next pitch, bounces back.
Just like that, there's a strike 2 and 2. You took the words right out of my mouth, Nicole. I feel like it's so impressive that she's nibbling the corners and not getting the calls that she wants sometimes, but that's not making her flustered. She's sticking to the game plan and executing it. Ground ball, foul. Count remains 2 and 2.
Lilio pulling out the slap. 2 and 2 count.
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw her do that, I looked down at my scorebook to make sure I had the right batter.
Lilio, she's another one. She can slap if she needs to when the situation calls for it. She's mainly a hitter, but you know, the lefties.
Swung on and missed strike 3. Lilio goes down by the K. Communicate so well with their pitchers and know their pitchers so well. First pitch of the 7th, grounded to the first baseman, picked up in foul territory. Riley Boone, by the way, is no longer in the ball game. Hannah Core is now in left field.
Hannah Core, probably one of the most solid outfielders that I have ever seen. Jada Coleman's a freak of nature, but Hannah Core just so sound fundamentally. This is the time if you want to have a great defender, put her out there.
Ball tipped foul, 1-2 count. May delivers. Strike 3 swinging. Kirsten goes down.
Her 8th of the night, Nicole May. She has been on a roll. It has been a pitcher's duel, a defensive showout. The only thing that we're waiting on is the offense to show up. 1 team, 2 teams. We don't care. We just got to have somebody score. At least that's how I feel. Sure, the fans of each team may feel differently.
Of course. Speaking on spectacular defense, Mary Claire Wilson is one of the reasons we are still scoreless. here in the 7th. Instead of Oklahoma being up 2-0, she robbed a home run earlier today.
Big-time players make big-time plays. Tell you what, Liberty, by this game alone, no matter if they win, no matter if they lose, by this game alone, they're going to be turning some heads. People are going to be forced to pay attention. And that's the perk of putting yourselves through this hard schedule and putting yourself against teams that are some of those top teams. You're going to get that visual look. You're going to be in the front of the minds of those who are on the committee who make those calls whenever it comes to postseason.
And frankly, they deserve to be looked at like that. Swung on, lined into center field, a one-out base hit for Wilson. And the reason why I say that, Nicole, is they have been a powerhouse in their conference. They just aren't a part of a Power 5 conference like the SEC, the Big 12, or Pac-12. So, quote-unquote, average softball fans might not know how good Liberty is, but the close-knit softball world does know that they deserve this respect. This isn't a fluke that they're scoreless with Oklahoma. This is something that they have worked hard for a number of years.
Absolutely. Their consistency, their work on creating a tough schedule, on creating a team that has depth, creating a team that knows how to handle these situations. Look at the way these players are reacting. There's no stress involved from either side, which I love. But Liberty, it shows that they're prepared for this. They're capable to hand it. Watch their reactions. Watch how they play.
First pitch to the pinch hitter, Casey Machado, is a called strike. She's pinch hitting for Reagan Barrett. One away, runner on first. And of course, Wilson, the runner on first, has a lot of speed.
So Oklahoma defense, if they're going to want to turn two, they're going to have to be quick with their feet, quick with their transfers.
Lined foul, left field side. The pitch. Fouled off, she stays alive.
Love hearing Gasso's voice talking to her pitcher, talking to her defense.
Pitch. Can't tell if that was a bad throw, a mishap at first, or what.
Regardless, May doing a good job running after that ball, getting it. That easily could have turned into a runner at second.
Swung on and missed, strike 3. May sits down the pinch hitter. 2 down.
Nicole May, strikeout number 9. She has been racking him up, and now she's back to the top of the lineup. Devin Howard up to the plate, made a great play earlier defensively at third throughout Grace Lyons. Looking to come through clutch for her team as well.
Devin Howard has singled and walked today. She is one of 3 Liberty players to have a hit against May today. Oh, 2 count.
Big moment here.
Misses low, ball 1. Is inside, 2-2 count.
Both teams up on the fence, on the dugout, ready to go.
Fouled off. Howard stays alive.
How many battles have we seen tonight, right? Defensive, offensive, pitchers battles, pitcher-catcher battles. It's been such a back and forth. It shows how complex softball is, how many different ways that you can battle, what it looks like whenever you do it right.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Again, May strikes out the side, and we are still scoreless. Keeney back in the circle. This is now the 4th time she's facing Jada Coleman. First pitch, a called strike. Coleman has struck out, singled, and walked so far against Keeney. Now in the bottom of the 7th, Oklahoma just needs to score 1 run to end this ball game. The pitch. Ground ball, right side, picked up by Woodward. 1 down.
What a snag by Woodward. Good hands there. These are the moments that make these teams great, is what's done in the preseason, how they battle, how they face adversity, what their inner thoughts are, and then obviously what their reaction is to failure. These hitters on both teams, they've been failing over and over and over. Nobody's gotten a run yet. But the first team to bounce back from that, to be resilient, to make that adjustment, that's the team that's going to win.
Jennings,
Oklahoma,
1 for 3
last chance here
in this game. Ground ball. Throw to first is in time. The shortstop, Barrett, never got up from the ground, stayed right there, made a nice throw.
Throw from her knees. She said, this one's not going through my legs. I'm going to make sure I make the play on this.
Haley Lee, the catcher, steps to the plate, trying to win it here for Oklahoma, or at least keep it going until there's extras. The pitch is swung on, fly ball right field. Does she make the catch? She does! What a play by Rachel Roop. 2 hits and a walk.
This has been a battle of wills.
Squares to bunt, gets it down, and sacrifices herself to move the runner over to third. I beg your pardon for not setting that up correctly. Of course, there is a runner on second in extra innings. They start off on second, but they have a pinch runner. It's not Devin Howard. So usually it's the last batter who made the last out of the previous inning that'll start at second. But in this case, they pinch ran for Devin Howard. Runner on third, one away. Pitch to Hudson, misses outside.
This is it. Big time moments, big time plays.
Pitch misses outside.
As a hitter in this moment, your most important thoughts are on keeping it simple. If you're thinking about the situation and you're thinking about what you have to do and all the pitches and your mechanics, you're in the wrong headspace. Focus on one thing, keep it simple.
Ground ball right side diving is Jennings. Runner stays at third. What a play by the second baseman.
Jennings absolutely laying out for that one, saving her team that run. You can see Dot Richardson talking to her player and saying, hey, if you see that going towards second, you take off. She lays out for that. There's no way she can throw you out. You're too fast for that, too much speed. But great job by Jennings. Heads up play, making sure she looks at the runner before getting the out at first.
Pitch is swung on and missed by Rachel Roop, who had the diving play to end the bottom of the seventh inning.
Not only did she dive for it, it was one of those ones where you can't tell because she's rolling around, and she brought her glove up to show, hey, I caught it. Ball popped out, and she caught it with her bare hand. Then the umpire called the out. It was an amazing play to send the team into extras. Grace Lyons gesturing to Haley Lee, hey, make sure we're watching this runner. She's not trying to do anything, not trying to go anywhere.
And by the way,
Two
can
outs,
finally
0-2.
confirm the pinch runner is Janessa Plummer, who's now on third. Popped up. Jennings underneath it. Stays scoreless. Waiting to see who's placed on second. And there we are, Jordy Ball. So we have a pinch runner who's one of the star pitchers in the country. That has to be a first. So Alyssa Brito at the plate and Jordy Ball on second. Jordy Ball represents the winning run. Oklahoma trying to end today 2-0, while Liberty is trying to win their first game of the season. Squares to bunt, gets it down on first base side. The pitcher throws it away down the right field line. Jordy Ball scores, and that is how Oklahoma takes down Liberty 1-0 through 8 innings. Alyssa Brito trying to sacrifice bunt, and the pitcher, Keeney, who has been spectacular in the circle, throws the ball away, and as soon as that happens, you know that Jordy Ball is scoring from second. She had plenty of time, just had to set her feet, make a nice throw, and unable to do it, and that is how Liberty falls to Oklahoma. Heartbreaking loss